So my name is Gwendy Harrington. I'm actually a Canadian, so hence I'm in the frozen north. And actually, in my case, I actually am an engineer, that's what my degrees are in, but I did actually go to music school. I'm actually a trumpet player. I did play trumpet for a couple orchestras. I was principal trumpet for a few orchestras, played in numerous musicals, concert bands, ensembles, done all that stuff along with my engineering career. I've always had a teaching studio, probably even before I graduated from high school. So I've taught both piano and trumpet over the years, as well as theory. And so I was actually working full time, and I've had an interesting engineering career where I've had periods where I haven't been employed as an engineer, and I've always kind of ramped up my teaching studio in the process. And along my journey, I got to the point where I realized I wanted to, from a long-term perspective, be able to explore some of my musical side a little bit more, and to be able to establish myself more financially on the music side of things. Eventually, I'm going to either retire or get to the point where it's time to move on from my engineering career for numerous reasons. So that was kind of where I started from. So for me, from my engineering career, we had a company takeover, so there was a whole lot of uncertainty there. So I was looking at it going, okay, so if something was to happen there, how would I ramp up my studio now? I wanted to be a lot more efficient with my studio. I wanted to make sure I had more options with it. I wanted to expand, but I did not know how to go about doing it. Previously in the past, yes, I would expand my studio, but it was never as successful as I would have liked it to be. And so it always led me to the point where it's kind of like, I would have preferred to have been able to make it a lot more sustainable than I did. The experience was really good. I actually learned a lot. There's a lot of great learning materials, a lot of really wonderful guest speakers, some of the resources, the reading lists. I learned a lot from that aspect of it. I did appreciate that. I like the ability to ask questions for more clarity, because really that's kind of what I was looking for from this was, a lot more clarity, a lot. I also learned more from some of the other students. I got some really good tips about getting my studio kind of more set up as a more separate financial entity through some of her comments and just some conversations with her. So even just the other people in the program are actually really great resources as well, because there's such a diverse background of people. I have a lot more confidence going forward with my studio. I have a lot more confidence in coming up with a vision, and a lot more confidence in being able to move it forward, because it actually allowed me to see that where my work as a project manager in my engineering career actually plays very strongly into setting up and moving my business and my vision forward. So that's kind of what I got out of it, is it's not nearly, my two worlds were not nearly as separate as I thought they were. I think my proudest accomplishment is the fact that I actually managed to get a very good base set up for the business. So the base is actually there. So as I go to move forward now, it's just a matter of stepping back and taking a look at the vision and starting to connect with people. Because I did connect with a few people during my process as far as, clarifying my vision. But now I've got, going forward, now I can really refine it and step forward and have a bit more confidence in asking the questions that I need to ask to be able to build. So for me, actually, this is where my two worlds kind of intersect. I do that stuff in my other world anyway, so that part for me was a lot easier. As a project manager, that I ran large construction jobs, so as far as like pulling in resources, okay, I don't know how to do this, so picking up the phone and saying, okay, I'll need a graphic designer to help me with this, or picking up the phone and saying, I'm going to need somebody to help me with this, and being able to figure out which pieces, I should do versus somebody else, that's where my other world kind of really helped me. So and just kind of recognizing that, you know, I actually already had that kind of built in, pre-existing condition. It actually feels possible for me. I like to step out and connect with people to be able to build something, because one of my biggest things is I was always inherently shy as a child, which is really funny for a trumpet player, but really, yes. And as an inherently shy person who prefers to crawl under the table, being able to pick up the phone to really, like, you know, talk to somebody that I'm not as familiar with, to connect with them, that for me is actually, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident, and starting to, I got to see myself differently. So I'm not coming from a place of fear. I'm coming from a place of, no, I know who I am and I know what I have to offer. So that's probably the biggest thing. For me, it was a good experience. I would have to say, if you're looking for clarity and looking for a journey to find clarity, it was I fully recommend. I also, like, from a resource end of it, I really enjoyed the resources as well. So yeah, I do recommend.